And we are live. What up, players? Welcome to episode 189 of Player Life. We're going to discuss the consequences of not learning game. Because the consequences are very dire indeed. The consequences are pretty serious. You know. Uh today I just want to talk a little bit about it because, too many guys out there have absolutely zero game, like zero, minus game. And when you don't have game, you are open to being manipulated, and you are open to being manipulated and used by women. And this will affect all aspects of your life. If you can be manipulated by women, you can be manipulated by guys, you can be manipulated in your workplace, and it's just not a good thing. Like if you learn game, that shows that you can basically game life. You know, um, guys that suck with women are just in a way they can't be trusted because it's like, I don't know, that when they suck with women, they're more open to being manipulated. They can, they're not going to be as reliable, as independent as they should be. um but it's just a thing. You need to learn game to be happy, to be satisfied. um every man deep down wants to be able to, get with women, be able to hook up with women, be able to have variety in his life. But most men don't see it as a possibility. They don't think it's a possibility. They think it's out of reach. They think that they might have been conditioned to think that it's wrong. Oh, you can't do that. It's wrong. It's cheating. You have to be loyal to your princess, your queen. Yeah, and the princess or queen is some fat bitch, some fat, washed up, dried up bitch. And yeah, that's the way it goes. Um, you know, a lot of these beta guys, a lot of blue pill guys, they don't even get the best version of the woman they end up with. They end up getting the uh, the washed up, post wall version. Um, you know, I put out a tweet today talking about how, not that my Twitter is like, I don't have many followers on Twitter, but I just kind of ramble on there sometimes, share some thoughts on there. If you have Twitter, follow me on Twitter, Mac the Day Gamer. I think my thoughts are pretty valid. But yeah, it's all this Twitter shit. It's all a popularity bullshit contest, isn't it? I hate all that shit. I hate social media. It just have to use it in order to, have this kind of, share this kind of content and have this business or whatever. But yeah, no, the tweet was basically talking about, how, basically 95% of a woman's value is in her youth. Like, in the sexual marketplace. Let's just clear that up. Let's just clear that little, oh my god, are you equating a woman's value to her youth and beauty? Yes, in the sexual marketplace I am. Yeah, 100%. Like, but you know, when we're talking about the sexual marketplace, and this is a dating channel, this is a game channel, so generally we're talking about the sexual marketplace on this channel. We're not talking about, oh, she's a boss bitch and she has a career. Yeah, she can provide value in other aspects, but we're talking about the sexual marketplace. Like, when it comes to a woman's value in the sexual marketplace, in the dating realm, like 95% of her value is in her youth. Like, let's see, Vishal Ghosh Roy in the house. What's up, man? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well yourself. Um, hope you are doing just fine. And yeah, so the reality is, like, a woman, like the same woman, right? 21 years old, 21 years old. She's just like at that, peak of her beauty. The hilarious thing is, the absolutely fucking hilarious thing is that all these blue pill guys are like, you go up to a blue pill guy and you're like, a 21-year-old woman is pretty much at her peak, and he'd be like, "Oh my god, what are you talking about? I know there's plenty of hot 30-year-old women. Oh my god, you're such a misogynist. You're so sexist." It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, the same woman, right? I'm not saying there's not hot 30-year-old women. There obviously are, but that hot 30-year-old woman was way, way hotter when she was 18, 19, 20, 21. Way hotter, like, just so much hotter, like way hotter. She had more. She was just more vibrant. She didn't have any wrinkles. Her body was like on fire. She was just had like perfection, right? And they're valuable. They're really valuable in the sexual marketplace when they're young. Even women. The thing is, like, even if a chick isn't even that hot, if she's like average or even below average, like when she's like 20 years old, when most women are 20 years old, they're like 95% of them are fuckable. Like, pretty much all of them are, like, when a woman is 20 years, like, in her prime, like, even when if she's not a really attractive, even if she's not that attractive, even if she's kind of like, she's still fuckable because she's like 20 years old, right? You know what I mean? She'll have that youthful beauty. Women have that youthful beauty, even when they're like kind of like, it's not that great, but she is 20 years old, that kind of thing. Still a win, right? It's still a win if you bang a 20-year-old chick. It's like, obviously you want to go for the hot ones, but my point is, women have like serious value when they're young, when they're like youthful and beautiful. A lot of guys, to be honest, there's a lot of guys like red pill guys, or that in on the internet, that they have there's a lot of cope, like, oh yeah, like, women ain't shit, like, women ain't shit. But like, their beauty, like, they didn't earn their beauty or whatever. They got it, that's for sure. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it's really valuable. Like, it is like this. It's like this fleeting thing that doesn't last very long, and that's what makes it so valuable. That's what makes it really um that's what makes it a real fucking really valuable thing. um and a lot of guys would kind of deny that. Let's see, Spark 55 in the house. What's up? What's good? Hope you're well. Visha says, woman after 26 suddenly develops conscience. Big facts right there. They'll start I've talked about it before, how women after 26, they'll start taking an interest in going hiking and yoga, and they'll stop wearing their high heels, and they'll stop wearing makeup, and it's real hilarious. It's a real misunderstanding of just, it's funny because at that age they're doing this and they're trying to become more wholesome, they're trying to settle down, and they're starting to look worse. They're starting to look plain and boring. And it's like, women just get it so mixed up. They get it so mixed up. Know your worth and says, yo, what up, Mac? Hex dip. Hex is on a dip for sure. Everything's on a dip. Seems the whole crypto market took a real shit. Just took a big old dump just today. Real kind of suddenly. Let's see where that goes. Let's see where that dippery do goes. Yeah, but yeah, crypto's a side note. But yeah, I mean, just so many guys have a cope. You're like, oh yeah, women ain't shit. Women ain't shit. They're nothing. But like, it's a lot of the time it's a coping mechanism, because like a really hot woman is like, she might bring nothing else to the table, but if she's really hot, she's valuable. Like, she can she can she can really, monetize that beauty if she's smart. Even if she's not smart, even it doesn't take a lot to monetize beauty, and that's part of the reason. That's part of the big reason, as men, you have to learn game. As a man, you have to understand. You have to understand female nature. You have to understand game. You have to learn game because you can be very easily manipulated by women. Um, and if you can be manipulated by women, you can be manipulated by men. You can just be manipulated. You can just get ran over by life. Life will run you over and use you and chew you up and spit you out because you don't have any game, and you'll be easily used, and it's not a good thing. And I think most people get used these days. I think most people get used. I mean, I think most guys in Western countries that I think most red pill guys are now like opting out of the marriage game. They're like, I'd say the vast majority, especially guys my age, younger guys, even guys older than me. They're kind of opting out of the whole marriage thing. We're not opting out of the dating marketplace. We're not opting out of having sex. That's for sure. But it's kind of like opting out of marriage because it's like what's the point? There's no point, especially if you're in a Western country. So what is the point? Like, what is the point? You're not gonna really find a unicorn. You're not gonna find some magical. I mean, it is possible, but we don't. When we're talking about things like this, we're talking about the probability. Probability is not very very likely that you're going to find a high quality woman because the society is toxic. The culture is toxic. Women think women are fed all this propaganda from everywhere, all the institutions, all the media outlets, all the movies, all the TV shows. So yeah, even if you do bag a woman that you think is great, wifey material, if you fuck up or if it goes badly, she can just switch like that. She can switch and become a nightmare. So it's just better not to get married. I don't know how you could involve the government into your life. Like, what? How can you call yourself red pill and then like give the government control? Like, sign a contract where you can like the government can fuck you over and you know give half your shit to someone else. Why? How could you call yourself red pill and do something like that? I don't see how you could. Um, but yeah, that's why. Yeah, no, but the guys that do end up getting married in Western countries, they're all pretty much blue pill because what happens is the girls, they spend their 20s and part of their 30s, just going out there and just like right, jumping on the fucking cock carousel and having a good old time riding dicks, and when they're at their most valuable, when these chicks are their most valuable, like in the sexual marketplace, you're talking like 18, 19, 20, right up until like 26, 27. So 7, 8 years, like, you know 7, 8 years when they're really like highly valuable. Obviously, my opinion, 18 to 22 is when a woman is her most valuable in the sexual marketplace. That's when they're like highly valuable. That's when they're a woman she'll never be as sought after like she is in those years, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22. A woman will never get as much attention as she will get in those years because she'll just have that like youthful, sexy beauty. And the thing is, these women will give out during these years in Western countries. not just on a global scale at this point, but she'll be these women will be their most valuable, but they'll be giving away sex for free, basically, almost for free. Um, but only to like certain guys, a very small percentage of guys. This is the thing. This is the thing. Only a very small percentage of guys are getting these really hot young girls. These hot, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and right up until 26, 27, 28. They start, Western women certainly start to hit the wall at that age, like you're talking, some Western women have hit the wall by 25, let's be honest. Like a lot of them have. Um, yeah, so it depends on the girl, but in general, you know, um, so what ends up happening is like these women often have like go through this like traumatic, like a very traumatic experience when they're like when they start to realize that their beauty is fading. They're starting to get old, they're starting to feel old, their bodies, they're getting old. They're starting to get wrinkles, and this is when they start to have like depression and start to freak out because they're starting to get less attention. They're starting to get much more, they're starting to get pumped and dumped. This is when this starts happening in their late 20s. Like in their youthful, like when she was 20 years old, she'd bang a guy and the guy'd be hitting her up trying to keep her on the fucking line, because she was a hot 20-year-old, right? So the guys would like she'd bang him and then she'd ghost him, right? She'd ghost him and she'd maybe block him or delete him, you know. But these guys would pursue her even after they bang, But as she gets older, she starts to notice, holy shit, like what's going on? Like I'm banging these guys, they're not hitting me up again. They're not calling me back. This is what happens as a girl gets older. She can still get sex easy. The difference is it's like it's pump and dump. It's they're the guys that don't give a fuck. They're like they're smashing and dashing kind of thing. They're just like, yeah, okay, she's whatever. She's 29. It was fun, but it was it's not. She's not like valuable in the sexual marketplace, like because she's still going after the top tier guys. She still thinks she still thinks she has it. She's been banging all these hot guys, top tier like Chad dudes, maybe top tier as in physically, handsome, sexy dudes, um, and she thinks that she's eventually going to bag one. But the thing that women don't realize is that it becomes harder for to bag uh, handsome top tier guys as she gets older. It becomes harder because guys, some guys, all these, blue pill beta guys might not admit it, but every guy values a hot, youthful chick, right? And it's there's nothing to be ashamed about it. It's natural. It's built into our evolution. Like it's built into us as men to be attracted to fertile women, like women that are extremely fertile, easy, that can get pregnant easily. We're animals. Like humans are we're all animals. There's nothing to be ashamed about it. It's you get shamed. Oh, you're a creep. Oh, you like hot, youthful, fertile women. You're a weirdo. What? Shut the fuck up. Like um, it's nature. It's nature taking its course. Um, but yeah, so this is what happens. They end up getting pumped and dumped, and who comes in then? You know, these women start realizing that they're not going to be able to bag one of these really handsome, well-off guys. Maybe guys that have money, muscles, and game. So what happens? They start going after they start going on dates with the beta blue pill guys, and the beta blue pill guys are getting like you know the beta provider guys. They're getting totally ripped off. Like they're getting like they're getting hand me downs. They're getting hand me downs. That's what they're getting. They're getting hand me downs. They're getting girls that aren't giving their best. They're not giving their best sex. They're not giving their best, like they're physically their best. They're probably not given their, like, even personality wise, they're probably not given their best, because it's just a hard pill for women to swallow, because it's like they know they're punching down, like they know that they could have gotten a better guy, like when they were younger. They know that because they were pursued even after they had sex with these top tier hot handsome guys. These guys would continue to try and pursue them. Back in the day, back when they were like 22 years old, like a say high earning handsome tall guy, he'd bang her, and he'd continue to message her. He'd try and hit her up. He'd be wanting to meet her again, but she'd be like, yeah, she might bang him up, for a few weeks or a month or whatever. But then she'll check out. She'll be on to the next guy. She's just having fun, just kind of just on the cock carousel. And but yeah, this is this thing. She these women know that they're punching down. Because they know they're going on dates with these beta blue pill guys that don't get it. They don't get fucking shit. They're simping too hard. They're being too nice. They're being boring. They're being predictable. They're doing all the fucking bullshit, and these women cannot stand it. And this is why they end up mistreating beta blue pill guys. And yeah, this is the state. So the only guys I would say are getting married in Western countries are blue pill as fuck guys. Um, and some of these guys. It's funny when some guys think they're red pill. They go around. They think they're red pill, but they're doing blue pill things. Like they say they're red pill, but they're marrying a beat up fucking 4 out of 10 bitch. Like and they're she might not. You see it online. You see it all over the place, but. So you say you're red pill, but you're you're going out and you're signing a contract, a government contract with some beat up fucking bitch that I don't know. It's funny, but let me see. I want to share a video and talk about the importance of learning game.
I tried eHarmony and a few of these other regular dating sites. Never worked for me. My name's Bobby Cannon. I'm 46, and I work in human resources for the federal government. And my views are mine alone, not the government's. So this is the living room. This is where I spend most of the day when I'm at home. Got some of my collection. I tend to be a little bit shy, so I don't meet a lot of folks for relationship purposes. And to be honest, I'm a little bit heavier. So that is something that is a real negative in the United States.
All right, guys. Well, you've now survived 2 socials. I congratulate all of you for going to the 3rd and final social here in Hillsong.
It's going to be over before you know it. Nothing really matters. Just go up, talk to whoever you want to talk to, make something happen. I mean, don't sit there and be shy. Just go up and do it, because you'll probably never see her again anyway. She lives in the Ukraine. This is your opportunity. This is it.
It's the last city, and I'm down to 1. To be honest, this is probably the one that my eye always came back to. Her name is Julia. She works in a travel agency. Incredibly beautiful. We've been writing to each other for, it's got to be 7-8 months now. We'll meet at the social. I'm coming to basically try to sweep her off her feet.
Do you have pictures of her?
Yeah.
How old is she?
26. She was a little bit under my target age.
Yeah. Spark 55 says, fat, no meeting people, works in HR for federal government. Yeah, man. I mean, the reality is, if you're like, you have to acknowledge that if you're red pill and you're fat, you have to acknowledge that you're fat, and you really have to be working on it, because it's like, I'm not saying you can't be like, you could be fat and red pill, but you have to acknowledge that you're a fucking fat ass, and you have to acknowledge that you're, because it's like, you really there's no excuse to be fat. You need, if you're fat, you really need to be working on it. You know, um, you might have been blue pill and then and been fat, and then you've become red pill, and then you're working, you're working on your fitness. But if you're a fat ass, like, it's fucking hilarious when I hear fat dudes talking about, when you hear fat dudes being entitled to hot chicks, like they're talking about, oh, like, or like, it annoys me, to be honest, as well, when I hear fat dudes being too, having their standards that are too high for women. Like, it pisses me off. Like, that really pisses me off when you see some fat dude like talking down about some reasonably hot chick. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you're fat. Like, look at yourself. Look at yourself first. There's nothing I hate more than a fucking hypocrite. Like, so, you know, honestly, dude, like, if you're fat out there, you need to be working on your weight loss. Like, there's no excuse. Like, if you really consider yourself red pill, you can't be walking around fucking, being fat, you know. And the most important thing is that you're working on it. But if you're like just calling yourself red pill and you're not even trying to lose weight, then I don't even know if you are red pill. But yeah, no, the one thing that really pisses me off is when I hear fat dudes like having way too high standards about chicks. It's like, dude, you're fucking fat. Like, shut the fuck up, lose some weight, then you can start, having higher standards, But that's kind of a side note. But yeah. Your word says, oh my fucking god, the delusion is deep. The delusion is deep amongst a lot of dudes. There's a lot of delusion among, even in red pill spaces. There's a lot of fucking deluded, entitled dudes that, just, there's nothing that will turn a bitch off more than an entitled dude. Like, this is kind of a side note, but it's valuable information. Like, I talk about, when cold approach a lot, and when you're approaching a girl, there's a big difference between entitlement and confidence. And don't get the two things twisted. When you're approaching a girl, never ever come across as being like entitled to a chick. Yes, be confident, but don't feel entitled to any chick, because some guys they think, oh, like, they get the two things mixed up basically, and there's a big difference. Yeah, and there's nothing that will turn a chick off faster than some dude like kind of feeling entitled to her. Um, even if the guy's hot, like, even if a guy's hot and he rolls up to a chick being kind of obnoxious and feeling kind of this sense of entitlement, that's a illustration, a demonstration of a lack of game. But yeah.
This is the one from the website where she looks like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. She does.
How can you go wrong there? A little nervous. Just waiting. This last hour and a half of wait is just driving me up a wall. Something a little special. All the other guys, they go out and buy roses. I wanted to get something that would last, hopefully as long as the relationship. So, one gold rose. Hopefully it gets through this and everything will be okay. I'll be either really happy or really sad. This is like prom for old guys. That's the way I'm looking at it, which is nice since I never went to proms.
Nice, very nice.
Thank you.
I'm sort of hoping to have a table off by ourselves the whole night, and we'll have a translator because she doesn't speak English. I don't do Russian, so we can just treat that as our first date. Every time I see someone with black hair walk in the door, my heart goes, "Oh, it's not her. Oh, not her." When I did my search, I looked for certain.
Like even the fact that he's like leaving, like he's going on a trip, like overseas to find a woman is a demonstration of like he's not going abroad to live, like he's going abroad to like specifically on a trip to find a wife. That in itself is unbelievably blue pill. Like can you get any more blue pill than that? Like
specific things. I like women that have black hair, blue eyes, people that are smart, that are independent, someone that's going to make me want to be a better me.
Your climactic moment is going to happen.
Hear what he said there? Unbelievably blue pill. Someone that's gonna make me want to be a better man. He's putting his focus on the woman to make him a better man. He has to become a better man in order to attract hot women. You can't be a fat piece of shit and then just expect to find a hot, beautiful girl and then become better. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't fucking work like that. So many fucking guys don't get it. Like they don't fucking. You're not gonna get a woman that's gonna respect you or like you when you're a fat piece of shit. A fat blue pill guy with no frame, no game. It's like traveling overseas to find wives and shit. Like man, like it's just God. He has it so twisted. Like he has it so wrong. Putting his focus on trying to find. He's doing it all backwards. You cannot be a fat fuck and then expect to find a beautiful high value woman that's gonna just accept you for being a fat piece of shit, and then you're gonna become this high quality guy. Then it's just so blue pill. It's so fucking lame, and so many guys think like that.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
When the guys come over, they have their own set of expectations, which may be on target and may not be on target. They think, oh, gee, I've been writing to Irina, Svetlana, Elena. I've been writing to all these women, and they write to me, and I wrote to them. I told them I was coming over, and maybe that works, and maybe that doesn't.
You'll be waiting for her all night. No, she doesn't come.
We'll go in and have a few drinks.
I'm really worried about this.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, I told you, if it doesn't, we're on vacation. You got to see the country. Yeah, we will. Hi, are the women checking in with you too? Oh, okay. No English. Perfect. I thought she was going to show up. I really did. So I made sure I was staying off by myself because I didn't want to have to fend off other women trying to keep them away while I'm trying to wait for her. I wanted to come in here to this place to meet this person, and now I don't know what's going on.
So how are you feeling?
It's like anybody would feel. Definitely not good. So I had a conversation with John.
This guy goes to Russia to meet a chick. I don't even go out of my area. And that's what I tell guys. Like, well, it depends on the guy, but the thing is about game is we're not all equal. We're not like this idea that we're all equal. We're not. We're not all equal. Some guys initially will have to, like, make a bit of a more of an effort, a bit more of an effort. Like, for example, they're going to have to maybe take some dates. They're going to have to make an effort to go a little bit, you know, I'm at a level where I get girls to come to my area. Like, they come to my area or I don't meet them. That's unless it's in a rare circumstance I might go somewhere if it's convenient and I'm already going that way. But not all guys can do that because they're not at that level. It takes, like, that's why it's like not a one size fits all solution for a game. Every guy has different levels. Like, you can't expect a guy like this. Like, obviously he's taking it way too far by going to fucking Russia. First of all, he should stay home and lose some weight. But yeah, it's like some guys are gonna have to make a bit more of an effort. But like this guy going to Russia to get flaked on, it's just like insanely. Yeah, can it get any more blue pill than that? I mean, you know.
The lady I'm talking to online, the lady I'm writing to, works full time in a tourist agency Monday through Friday, half a day Saturdays, and isn't a student. And the person that Max is talking to is a student.
What could this guy do to look better? He could, first of all, obviously lose the weight. Lose the weight. Number two, shave his head. Get rid of it. It's like it's not, it's receding. It's like it's not looking good. Shave his head bald. So lose the weight, shave his head. Number three, grow a beard. When he loses all that fat on his face, and he could grow a nice beard, keep it nice, edge it up. It would look dope. Number four, get a more stylish pair of glasses if he's going to wear glasses, or get contacts, or get laser eye contact. Danham TV says get a tan. I'm Irish, so I disagree with that one. I relate to people who cannot get tans. He's white. I don't know if he can get a tan. I cannot get a tan, so I disagree with this one. Some white people cannot get fucking tans. Okay, especially if you have a red beard like me. I cannot get a tan. Tan's not necessary. Lose the fucking weight. But yeah, he could do so much better.
Halftime. I said, I've been writing to this lady, we're almost daily for months now. Emails are $10 a pop, going and coming. So I'm probably out 10 grand.
Spending fucking money to write emails to a bitch. It's a hustle, man. This bitch doesn't give a goddamn shit about him. She's just getting fucking money from it. Yeah, I mean that's rule number one. I mean, don't spend money to communicate with women. It's not like, it's just a terror. It's no woman on the face of the earth has ever respected a man that is paying to communicate with her. Like, it's not a thing. Women don't fall in love with guys that pay to fucking communicate with her.
My biggest fear is that it was a scam. That she's writing to 50 or 60 guys, and she's getting a cut of the fees for the emails going back and forth. John said he's concerned about that too, so he's trying to find out what's really going on. As he said, there's.
It's not even a scam. It's just a fucking. It's just a business. You fucking idiot. Like, it's obvious what she's doing. I don't think you can call something a scam when it's fucking obvious. You think this hot, like, 20, like, this is what I mean about entitlement. These fucking idiots thinking that they can get with a hot 26-year-old woman. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You cannot. Like, it's not that. It's like you're not equal. You're not on that level. You need to become high quality to get these high quality women. you don't even have any game. Like it'd be one thing if you had savage game and you just got it, like you understood, you acknowledge that you're a fat fuck. But if you had game and you understood women, then maybe you'd get like 1 in 1,000 hot women or something. Your probability would still be shit. Like game is important, but you still need to become, like, if you look like shit and you've really good game, your probability is still going to be low. You'll still get laid like occasionally, but your probability is going to be low. You have to become like, because you need to look a certain way to be able to work game. You can't just look like shit and expect and feel entitled to really hot women. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
There's other women to meet. I said, I didn't come here to meet other women. It's not what I was here for. Max just called me, told me that she'd be down there at 5 o'clock in the lobby. So they finally got a hold of Julia, and she is supposed to be coming here in about half an hour for our first date. I have to go in there approaching it like she's honest and all that, and hoping that I'm not being screwed.
No woman is ever going to feel excited about meeting this man. There's no woman in the world that is going to roll up to this guy and feel excited to be going on a date with him. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't matter how much money he has. She's not going to be excited to be going. It's going to be like a job. It's going to be like a chore. It's going to be a burden. It's going to be like this thing where she's like, even if she's doing it like, for money or whatever, it's like, fuck, like I have to go and meet this fat fuck and I have to try and get money out of him. And it's going to, she's still, there's no woman that feels excited to meet a guy like this. It's like, he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand it. Zero game.
So, and it's been hours. I've been sitting here thinking the same thing over and over. How do I know? How do you know? How do you tell? Hi. Welcome. We've been writing for about 7-8 months now. I was wondering what your feeling is on the relationship.
Вот сейчас, когда вы уже 7 месяцев переписывались, что вы думаете по поводу ваших отношений? А вы как? What did you say?
We've been writing for so long. I was hoping that we'd be able to move on. I came here to see you. That's the only reason I came.
She hasn't been writing shit. Obviously not. Like, it's obviously a team. They have a team that they're milking fucking idiots like this, milking blue pill guys like this. She doesn't know anything about this guy. She's just a fucking prop.
To see if you wanted to move maybe further in a relationship.
Do you feel like she was the woman that was writing to you?
Look at that face. She's like, this poor fat fuck thinks that I was actually writing to him. That's what she's thinking, because that's the truth. That's the fucking truth. She's like, this fucking idiot thinks I was the one that was writing to him. That this poor fat fuck. And she's just like, it's just a bemused kind of like, like, this motherfucker. Like, she's kind of can't believe this fucking idiot has so little game that he came all the way from America and thinks that I was writing to him. This is the fucking delusion. This is the consequence of having no game. You're being a fucking idiot and being looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing that you're a fat fuck and then feeling entitled to a hot, she's a beautiful woman. Like, she's hot. Like, you can't think like that. It's not reality. That's why, like, that's the difference between, that's why I'm just like, the thing about me is I'm honest. Like, I'm telling it the truth. Like, I'm not some scam fucking dating coaches like, oh, say these magic words and you can get this, you can get a beautiful woman. No, you have to become a fucking high value guy. You can't just be some fat fuck and feel entitled to some hot chick. You know, it doesn't work that way.
Maybe further in a relationship.
Because the reality is, women are valuable. Like, women are valuable when they're hot and youthful and beautiful. They do have a lot of value in the sexual marketplace because it's a fleeting thing. It doesn't last very long. Therefore, it makes it very valuable.
You feel like she was the woman that was writing to you?
I had some questions and doubts because the pictures I showed her were pictures of things that she's seen before. The house, the yard, my work.
Люди в черном. People in black.
NASA. This is actually pictures from the last shuttle launch.
Wow.
If she wasn't the one writing the letters, does it matter?
It would have, and it probably should. But what I don't want to do is for me to overthink and I cause the problem that isn't really there. Because honestly, I can't get this girl out of my mind. Something that's special and beautiful and unique shouldn't be alone. They should come in pairs. And I was hoping I may not be, beautiful and that unique, but I'm hoping that maybe we could be a pair. You are very inspiring.
Вы очень вдохновляете.
On second evaluation, she's not super hot, but I mean, she's probably around 26 or 27, maybe even older. But I mean, she's well out of his league. She's well out of his league. I mean, she's probably coming from, I don't know her circumstances, but yeah, still for this guy, she's out of his league, even though she's coming up on that wall right there.
Do you want to come to America and marry me?
Двигаться в заданном направлении. Let's move into this direction.
Okay.
Да, можно. Can I, please?
Yo, can you guys hear me? I think I got a notification from YouTube saying that the stream has been interrupted or something, but I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, I guess the stream has been I guess the stream has been taken down. Streams are interrupted when copyright content is detected. After copyright material is no longer, streams are automatically re-enabled. Let me see. Yo, can you guys still hear me? All right, I don't know. I guess maybe, yeah, yeah, it's copyrighted. I don't know. Justin says, "Don't you have to say fair use before you play the vid?" I don't know, man. I didn't realize it was going to be copyrighted. Just have to check that. So it's so annoying the way you can't play videos like that. It's yeah, but anyway, I think we got I think we get it. I think we got as much from the content as we need. But just there's so many. The only pandemic is a pandemic of blue pill men, of blue pill men in Western countries and all over the world, to be quite honest. But yeah, particularly in Western countries that are just have no idea about dating, relationships, about what women are actually attracted to, and what it takes in order to get like a really hot woman. Um, you can't just be a fat piece of shit that has no concept of of what women are attracted to, and expect to be able to bag one. Like what he said, was unbelievably blue pill. He wanted to find a woman that will make him become a better version of himself. It's the opposite way around. You have to become a better version, and then you can have a selection. Then you can pick and choose. Then you can choose women. You can go and and pursue women and have a higher probability of success with them, because women don't pursue men. There's this idea that women pursue men, and it's not true. It's not true. Men pursue women. It's not in female women just passively wait. It's not that they don't want to get with men. They do. I mean, but it's more like they're kind of waiting. You know, on dating apps, I guess it's kind of different. They have to participate as well, but in real life, women are just kind of passively waiting. They don't go and like approach a guy and try and game him. It doesn't work. I mean, it's happened to me a handful of times, and it's been extremely awkward, and the women have never been that attractive, and it's I mean awkward on their part. I'm not awkward when they approach me, but like they've anytime a woman has ever hit on me or come like and tried to like game um game me or whatever, it's very rare, first of all, and then second of all, they've been average at best. um Average at best, and it's just not, it doesn't seem natural. It seems weird. It's like it's not feminine. It's not in female nature. So the best thing you can do is become a high quality man, become the best version of yourself physically, to the best of your ability. We all have different limitations, we all have different bodies, you know everyone has different circumstance, but you become the best version of yourself. Then you you're well groomed, you have good fashion, you get it, all of that matters. If you want to get the best, you know the hottest chicks that you can get, you have to be physically, you have to be aesthetically, you have to reach a certain aesthetic level. And yeah, we're all different, but you become the best version, and then you work with that, and then you can work your game and all that. But it's worth it. It is worth it when you can pick and choose, and you can get with when you can get with hot women. um I have one chick now, right? Well, I have a few chicks, but one in particular, she's like she's I consider her a 10. And when I you know and she kind of ticks all my boxes, like for what what I want physically in a chick. And she comes over pretty much whenever I call her. But the thing is, she never hits me up. She never hits me up. She's a 10, right? She's In my opinion, she's a 10. She never hits me up, but when I call her, when I message her and I say, "Hey, what are you up to? Like, you free on Thursday night?" She'd be like, "Oh," she might say she's free, and she'll come over, and it's just she comes directly to my place, like directly to my place. We have like insanely hot sex, and she goes home. And it's been going on like that for a while now, and it's just insane because yeah, I mean, even if I hit her up, say I hit her up, I say, "Are you free on Thursday night?" She'll say, "Oh, I've plans on Thursday night, but how about Friday?" And she'll come over on Friday, and man, it's just it's wild because and that's the way I like it. Actually, it suits me down to the ground, and you can do that when you have game, and it's like she's just coming over for sex. Like, it's perfect. It suits me down to the ground. It's like it's a sweet deal. And who knows, maybe she could be fucking other guys. I don't give a fuck, because I'm not the one taking her on dates. I'm not doing this, that, and the other. She's just coming directly to my house. I'm not trying to date any of these girls. I have zero responsibility. I'm like just chilling, like I'm doing my own thing. She doesn't. I don't like when girls are bothering me. I've had it in the past where girls are bothering me, like try like it. Some of them still do. I have one or two girls that are like more like pushy and like, oh, are you free? Like, can I come over on Tuesday? Can I come over tonight? And they're like, they're asking. I don't like that. I just love when I'm in control, when I call all the shots, and it's like it's me like that. It's when I want a chick to come over, I arrange it. And that's like when you have really good game, and you have good frame, and you're good at sex, and you're fun to be around. You're not just like, the thing is, you have to be fun, like you have to be like, it can't just be like, just you're just this stoic like fucking guy that's gonna bone her down and then kick her out. You can do that a few times, but they're less likely to, it's going to be less likely for them to like keep coming back. They might come back a few times, but if you want them to keep coming back, you have to be, you have to be able to converse. You have to be able to joke around with them. You have to be able to like, make them laugh. You have to have game. Like you have to have game. Having game is not like some guys get it twisted. Like they get the whole thing twisted. They think like having game is just being this like boring, like stoic, like pure, like ultra macho guy that doesn't have any character. And no, like having game is like being a fun, like smooth, like interesting guy. That's, you know what I mean, like a confident, fun, interesting, smooth guy. That's what game is, like being able to joke around, being able to have a good time, being able to just talk about shit, shoot the shit. That's game. Guys without game, guy without game is like, get started, freaks out when he doesn't, when there's a silence, or he doesn't know what to talk about. Um just isn't able to have like casual chat about some bullshit, isn't able to shoot the shit, basically. That's a guy without game. If you're not able to shoot the shit, that means you don't have game. Like you have no game. You couldn't have game and not be able to shoot the shit. The two things can't be, they don't go together. If you have trouble just conversing and like having some small talk or some bullshit talk, like joking around, it's gonna be, I don't know if you could have game, like because you need that element when dealing with women. A lot of the time when I'm dealing with women, we're not talking about serious stuff. A lot of it's like, a lot of it's like joking around, like bullshit, like having kind of inside jokes, like stuff that um only we would get, and you just, I can't even think of an example now, but you're not talking about Bitcoin, you're not talking about Ethereum, you're not talking about crypto with these hoes. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're not going to come back. They're not going to want, even if your dick game is good, like they're still, it's not, they're going to be like, oh, this guy talks a bunch of shit and he's boring. Like, that's the kind of shit, you know? If you're able to like, dick a bitch down, right? And like make her have like these crazy orgasms, but you're really fucking boring. Like you're really fucking boring guy. Like you start talking about like Ethereum and like, like chicks think this shit is boring. Chicks like think this like talk like that is boring. Then they're gonna be less likely to, come back, Um but that's the thing. You want to be able to fucking just joke around with these girls. Just don't take the interactions so seriously. It's the same with cold approach. Don't take the interactions seriously. Like don't put so much like emphasis on the approach, like this. It's not serious to begin with. So that's the thing. That's the biggest mistake you can make in a cold approach, is by making it out to be this serious thing. It's not. Um, Bakes Online says, Mac Daddy, love from London. Love from Tokyo, man. Love from Tokyo. Good to have you here, bro. Yeah, but Yeah, so I don't know, guys. This is it. Bakes Online says, Mac, your content really helps me. Thank you. Really want your advice on fear of rejection. Well, I appreciate it, man. Just pay attention. I mean, if any of you guys want to delve into game on a deeper level, you should consider joining up to my premium content. It's dirt cheap. You get access to a private blog where I write about, pick up like my success stories, stuff that I do in Tokyo, cold approach, all that stuff. Access to a private Telegram group where you have access to me 24/7. There's 19 other guys in that group, and we're all working on game. We're all doing day game, and I'm sharing infields, things like that, and a monthly webinar, which is going to be held on Friday night Eastern. When is it? Friday night. I can't remember the time. The time is yet to be decided, but it's going to be held on Friday night. And so I don't know. I mean, this is it's it'll definitely help your game out if you're interested in cold approach, anything to do with cold approach, anything to do with day game. This is some really good something that will really take your game to the next level. On the other hand, if you're wanting some private, one-on-one coaching, click on, go to coaching and book a session. It's on my website, so check out the links in the description, and book a consultation, and I can tell you what you need to know. Check it out. So I'm gonna cut it there. Thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoy the content. This website's probably going to get deleted or whatever, but so I'll be back on Friday or Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Friday morning, but until then, guys, peace out. Have a good one. Bye bye.